House fire. Bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
What's going on, guys? I'm Jake, the Offensive Gamer, and this is LA Noire Part 19. We got another house fire to go investigate. Last time we convicted, I think his last name was Ryan, over Varley. Varley was already going to be going to Detroit for a murder that he's suspected of doing, and Ryan, on the other hand, it seemed like it made more sense for him to have burned that stuff down. He had a vested interest, you know, in ruining those companies. Even though the company that actually committed the crime against his family merged with the company he was working for, but still, nonetheless,
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
better than nothing.
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Okay, fuck it. Forget
I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it.
The new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burnt to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers. Shit about Jeff. The arson investigator trying to nail that sucker.
He's still in custody.
Want to bet?
Fuck.
Kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
You know, I never got to actually question that other guy, though, the one who enjoyed fires, which is kind of strange to me. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't believe he didn't do it, or I don't believe he did it, but still, nonetheless, he was listed as a suspect. You would think that he would be open to interrogation, at least to some degree, even if it's not as serious. He was obviously not the prime suspect, but nonetheless, I mean, knowing Cole and his, you know, rap sheet, he likes to investigate every possible lead. More of this blotchy bullshit here. Eek. Graphics don't fully render almost ever whenever I'm driving. This bitch is pretty far away. Damn. So I've been keeping track of this one game. I don't know if I'm gonna end up playing it. Well, actually, never mind. I'll say in a second. Alright. Oh, hey, it's, Carruthers.
You guys better see this. I hope you have strong stomachs.
What happens if I don't? It's not like it's gonna mess up the house anymore.
Do you have a name?
Morelli, Mike, we recovered a picture of the family.
Okay. Anything else?
To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch, he's the expert.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved.
Ooh.
I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved him into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Perhaps you started the fire not knowing there were people in it, and you felt guilty. Just a thought. Just purely
You
speculation.
ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them, Biggs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
Oh, fuck you, Biggs. You and your respect.
Never the same, are they?
Extra crispy.
What are they doing?
The prayer effect is from the fire. Muscles and tendons contract.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
You could be right. Can you come up with an alternative explanation?
I'm sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
Might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Evidence?
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating you big.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this for years.
Before I go and do anything like that, I want to go ahead and investigate the yard. Just in case. He's not going anywhere, so... want to see if there's anything around here of any importance. Oh, a doghouse. Oh, see? Yeah, here's something right here. Got another Insta-Heat.
Looks like the same model.
By, yep, intended by Varley. Oh, we got a newspaper.
Somebody gonna tell us what the hell is going on?
How did you get my number, Ira? At first, I didn't understand you. But now I do. I'd like you to come back to the clinic. I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven.
Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They have served their purpose. Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
I swear, this
Some pretty disturbing stuff there. Okay. So the guy next door over here. I suppose. You. Stay still. You look familiar. What have you been? You're, oh yeah, you're in Shameless too.
LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
You're pretty quick to answer that.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
He looked away for a second, but he's not really doing anything that would cause suspicion now, so I'm gonna go with truth.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
Alright then. I feel like I was supposed to check one of the mailboxes. I could be wrong. But there's no use in not trying at least. No, nothing. There was something on the front lawn, wasn't there? Like a I don't know. I just vaguely remember that from the last time I played this game, that there was some sort of notice or pamphlet on the lawn or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Alright, well, what do we have so far in terms of clues? No, not people, not people. Clues. Bodies moved, family photograph, water heater, weekend away, and houses to be demolished. Alright. Let's go ahead and talk to this guy. I forgot his name for a second. Biggs.
I'm stumped. Need more from the neighbors, Cole. Keep working them.
What else? Didn't you say you were going to talk to somebody or something? Oh, there's another person. I didn't realize there's somebody else I'm supposed to talk to.
I swear.
Oh.
This town's going straight.
Did I not finish my conversation with this guy?
My wife is so dumb. She stares at orange juice for hours.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive.
Alright. So maybe that clue is what causes... Because it was on his lawn, so... Maybe that clue causes me to ask him another question? Oh, yeah, what do you know?
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
For fuck's sake. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
You sure, Mr. Foreman?
Oh, okay.
There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, a beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Any luck, Cole?
Couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Paper crane. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
For Elysian Fields developments.
Hmm.
Oh, I see you already have one.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Alright, I guess I gotta call R&I now.
Used to be indecisive. Well,
Get to the game well, or what I like to call a phone.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, Detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads on the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leyland Monroe? He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
God. Gotta be something big,
Kelty
right?
has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
No, not Morelli House Fire. There we go. Rancho Escondido. Well, so far, I think it's pretty evident that there's a lot of suspicious stuff going on, and recently, you know, due to what evidence there is supported at the moment, it seems as though there could be a little bit of a conspiracy going on in reference to Elysian Fields and, you know, the housing departments and stuff like that. Just kind of strange, you know, just something I've noticed. Perhaps. Just a little bit. I honestly don't really remember what Rancho Escondido was, the more I'm thinking about it. Like, I remember quite a few places, but is it a housing development? Is that what it is? That's probably it.
They can make a claim to the department.
Yes, they can. I like your rationalizations.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America, dickhead.
Sir. Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart
fray.
mouth son of a bitch.
Come back here. You're not getting off that easy.
I'll fuck you up.
We're gonna have to pacify these forces.
come on then. I'm gonna bust you
Oh.
in the mouth.
Are you? Doesn't seem like you will. Oh, shit. I got a gun, you stupid fuck. Like, what do you think is the, like, course of action that's gonna happen here?
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to do.
You dropped your hat, stupid. When you were getting your ass kicked by a citizen. Well, what is there? Doesn't seem like I can like get into this house. Unless I could just what? What's that?
mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Almost as if they were planning on destroying it.
If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
It's kind of strange how it's like just, you know, they use the cheapest of materials possible, and out of nowhere it seems as though all these buildings just miraculously get destroyed. Fuck it, we're going to Elysian Fields. I don't care what the captain says. Fuck McKelty. Hope he gets AIDS. Like, really bad AIDS. Not Magic Johnson AIDS, where you can just, like, grind up money and put it into your bloodstream and you're fine. Like, the bad kind of AIDS, you know? Alright.
I'm going up to the lake to watch the race on Saturday.
What's up, bitch?
Detectives Phelps and Biggs.
Where's your
LAPD
boss?
To see Leyland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
That's right, you send me
And
through.
That's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
May I help you, gentlemen?
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
You got some splaining to do, Mr. Monroe.
Like a cigar. Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs.
So, what's that all about, dude? Is there anything else I can analyze here?
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
I don't buy this guy.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecued, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Well, there are a bunch of flyers, so we have some evidence.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
There it is.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
That's a horseshit answer.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, Detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
What's Elysian Field's involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Only the best for our returning heroes.
Bullshit. No, if you recall, having gone to Rancho Escondido, we took a look at the foundation of one of them, and the cement was basically non-existent on those bricks. So bullshit.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think that they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills, do you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Oh, you motherfucker.
Glad to be of help, officers.
That son of a
What's the
bitch.
story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Not really. Maybe the top three.
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
That was legitimately just a guess. Like, I mean, I played this game before, but that was, like, I honestly did not expect that. I thought all three of them looked relatively familiar, but yeah. Where's the phone?
Is somebody gonna tell us what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use your phone right here, lady. Don't mind me.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thanks, ma'am.
Well, I love the chase till the minute I win it. A beautiful face till there's love for me in it. Give me your heart and baby I'll bill it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love. Some
Buy me a drink, Cole?
for the
No.
sake of a
Not even for old time's sake? Not even for that? You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it. She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you. Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company.
I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah, Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
Threatening your pension. What a motherfucker.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
Alright, well, first gotta put the location.
I did. But I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Well, this is, it's not going to be this case, but I think starting up in the next one, things start getting a little bit different when it comes to how the game is played and what perspective it's told from. I don't want to spoil anything per se, but, yeah, don't expect things to be, the narrative to be the exact same coming up pretty soon. That's all I'll say about that.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him, too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some
Let's
kind of
take
problem.
a look at the car.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
So, mosquito coil.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Very popular among arsonists, as shown in the previous case. We've got... what are these? Alright, so we've got ammunition.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
Got a folder, I think. No, another one of those...
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Another one of those flyers.
That's him.
Got a whole case of them, or a box of them, actually.
Hold it, Cole. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit! He's seen us.
Cops! Again!
This stupid
Son of a
fucker.
bitch, he must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole.
What is he thinking? He just like pulls a
I'll call
fucking
this in,
gun
get
out
some
and then gets on the
cars
trolley.
Car 11K calling KGPL.
This is stupid.
Go ahead, 11K.
K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Oh, he's got control. Well, duh. I thought he might. No, he's okay. Well, technically he doesn't, but he has a gun held to the head of the driver, so he might as well have control of it.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Well, what am I supposed to do exactly? Just ram him? Blow out his tires? I don't think that's exactly going to work here.
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down.
Really? Oh, alright, you can actually blow out the wheels.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Oh no, he actually did have control of the trolley. Never mind.
Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leyland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? Be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help, this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.